Yo, what up, man? Welcome, guys, to this video. Today, in this video, I am gonna explain how to use ABS in iRacing and how not to use it. Okay, a lot of people have been asking me how to use it. Do you use ABS? What do you do with ABS? Is it bad? Is it good? And most of the time, I just say do not use it. But that is very bad explanation to say just don't use it. So now I'm gonna explain to you how to use ABS properly and what you do not want to do with the ABS. So we have an 18.5 here. That is the slow lap. That is where I use the ABS the wrong way. So we go into turn 1 here. And I absolutely murder the ABS in the hard braking zone. And that is something you do not want to do. Okay? That is something you do not want to do. Let's take a look again. Okay? Go into the braking zone. See, it looks okay. It looks okay. It looks fine. It looks normal. It looks fast. You're probably like thinking like it doesn't look that bad. But this is also like high level things. Like this is something, if you're really struggling to find that last couple of tenth in iRacing, you are wondering how do the pro guys, how do these really quick people go this fast? This is something that if you're not doing it, it can definitely help you. Get quite a bit of time. This is something you do not want to do, being the ABS in the braking zone. And let's take a look at the fast lap here, how turn 1 looks. This is where we use ABS optimally. Maybe you realized, or you kind of like saw it already, that the car looked a lot more stable, a lot more like calm and like smooth going into the corner and the braking zone. So let me explain to you why it's bad to be in the ABS in hard braking zone. As you can see over here, we have the telemetry from those 2 laps. The red one is where we use the ABS incorrectly. And let me go to turn 1. So the red one is where we use ABS incorrectly, the slow lap. The blue is the fast lap where we use the ABS correctly. So yeah, we are clearly in the ABS in the red, which is bad. And we are not in the ABS in the blue, which is good. What iRacing kind of wants from you to go fast is having optimal surface temperature on the tires. If you spike the surface temperature on the tires in iRacing, you go slow. And when you are in the ABS like this, in the red, this much, the surface temperature spikes also quite a lot, which is really not good going into the corner, because then we lose corner speed, or like we lose the minimum speed going into going through the corner, which you can see up here. We are 98 on the slow one, and we are 102 on the fast one. So we are 98 where we use the ABS incorrectly, and we are on 102 where we don't use the ABS / use it correctly. So that is quite a lot. That is quite a lot of time. That is quite a lot of speed we are gaining / losing. And over here we have IBT Viewer, which is also an analyzing site you can use to analyze. And here you can see the surface temperature of the tire. So green is bad / where we use the ABS. Pink / purple is good, where we don't use the ABS and have good tire temperature, good surface temperature going into the corner. So you can see we are 10 degrees, over 10 degrees difference on the surface temperature going into the corner while using ABS, which is really not good. That is really bad. That again loses us minimum speed into the corner and just makes the next corner also not good. So what you want to do is have this slow application on the brake going into the hard braking zone, and try to avoid the ABS, which we do right here. You see, very calm. The car just turns very nicely compared to this other lap, which you can see right here. It just feels a little bit clunky. It feels a little bit like we're just waiting a lot on the car to turn. It just goes a lot more straight, because again, we don't have this good grip because the surface temperature is just too high. But then you're wondering, okay, when it says okay to use ABS, okay, so it's okay to use ABS through the trail braking phase. So when we are trail braking for the corner, the ABS will activate, as you can see on the telemetry here. You can see the blue here, which is the fast lap. It is activating. It is activating just a little bit here and there. And that is really good because it helps us keep away from the big lockups. And that is totally fine. It is totally fine to have these ABS activations throughout the lap while trail braking. But as soon as you, but on the hard braking zones, it is a no-go to be on the ABS because it just makes the surface temperature spike a lot and give you that bad corner speed. sorry. Scheiße. Okay. Shortly said, ABS is bad to be in hard braking zone, but it is completely okay to be in the trail braking phase. It is completely fine because it helps us keep away from this big lockups we have. Let's say if we didn't have ABS. So ABS just helps us to not lock up the tires. That's kind of like how you use it. I hope it helps a little bit. If you want help with your driving, want me to help you look at some data and look something if you want to improve, send me a message on Discord and we can definitely figure something out, and I can help you out, figure out these techniques and what you need to do. That is kind of like how it works in iRacing. Hope you understand. Now I will put like 2 laps side by side where we have the good one and then we have the bad one. And then you can see what you can see is the difference and what it looks like to actually have good braking in the hard braking zones and what it kind of does to the car to have bad braking in the hard braking zones. So yeah, scheiße man, I'm really not used to this, but it's all good. I'm usually streaming, but yeah. Hope it helps and enjoy the rest of the video here and see you on the stream, okay? Ciao, ciao, man.